All right, let's talk about Justin Fields, who, like, I don't know, I feel, what happened? How did this happen? How? Justin, what are we doing? I mean, this whole video was supposed to be about how Justin Fields is totally back, or not totally back, but you're like, oh, hey, he had a good performance against a bad team, and he still did. He objectively played well in this one, made a couple of key mistakes, really one key mistake. Other than that, had a good performance, and that's what I'm going to talk about, is the positive of Fields and maybe where you can grow from this if you're Chicago. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about just the disaster that happened that cost them to lose. Let's start off with this play. It's going to be a DJ Moore play, zone coverage play, and the way it's supposed to work is that Moore is going to eventually get towards the sideline. Hopefully the outside receiver kind of takes away that corner, and there could be a window for this throw to be made. Watch as when Fields takes the snap, he's going to look over in that direction. He fires in that direction, and there is a window here for sure. It's I wouldn't even say it's not wide open. This is an open throw. This is one that you want to be able to make a completion on. Fields is going to make this throw in. What do you think? I guess is what I'll say. On one hand, you got the touchdown. Now, I'm not actually sure if he got both feet in bounds. I don't think he did. I think they got away with one, but it was ruled a touchdown. So on one hand, hey, I think that the majority of this play has to be credit to Fields because he read the play, he got the ball over there, and threw a catchable pass that had a chance of getting in bounds, even if it wasn't actually in bounds and was just ruled that way. The other aspect is he could have made it a little bit more accurate, for sure. It could have been a little bit more, a little better. But I would put an asterisk on that as well, because keep in mind, when we went over there and we saw how open it was, Fields didn't know that. Fields didn't know that the defender was going to go down right there. So Fields' throw was pretty on the money. Maybe it could have been like a foot, further or a little bit lower. But again, obviously, if he knew the receiver was going to fall, he would have put it in a different spot. To me, this is a good throw and a good play by Fields. Heading over here, some people are going to make the argument a little bit of like, okay, sure, you finally looked good again, but you're playing Denver. Anyone could look good against Denver. And there's some of that, but he made some really good throws. Like something like this, it's going to be something that, Bears fans want to see them do basically every play. You do have to kind of pick your spots, but they're doing what, Bears fans like to see, which is they're going to run a play action, have Fields roll out towards the bottom of the screen. You have a receiver who's lined up towards the offense's right, roll out towards the offense's left. Makes sense. And once again, this is DJ Moore, that number one receiver that you traded a first overall pick for, along with other stuff. Watch as when Fields takes the snap, he runs the play action, steps up. There's pressure in his face, so he can't make the cleanest of throws, but is still going to try and get the ball down there. But this is not a big window. That last one ended up being a bigger window. This is a small window. This is good coverage. So we can sit here and say Denver defense all we want. There still are NFL players there, right? So at the end of the day, you still do have to, at times, make some talented throws if you're going to have a good day against them. But Fields' throw, despite the pressure, was perfectly on the money. DJ Moore didn't just make the catch, but made the catch and got yards after the catch. So great stuff by both of those two players. And when this trade happened and they got DJ Moore, if you were a Bears fan, this is what you were thinking of. This is the hope that you had. I do think that this is promising because, again, it's one of those things where it's like we can sit here and say it's just Denver all we want, but you still have to be capable of making plays, and we saw Fields in good situations look great last year, so it's cool to see him doing that again. That being said, let's just be honest, something like this happened. This existed, where it's a zone coverage play. You have Cole Kmet running over the middle. Fields is going to take the snap. He looks up towards Kmet. Kmet isn't just open. Kmet is wide open. I mean, there's a player covering over the middle. Really, I don't know why no one's picking Kmet up. You would think if you're a linebacker, kind of an obvious play to get back and, pick up Kmet on this one. No one is, and the safety is like 5 yards into the end zone right here. I don't know what you're doing there. You're basically now playing 10 on 11 with having a safety that far deep on this play. And as you see, Fields, again, accurate throw, but that's just an easy throw. And this did happen, of course. The reason why you have to bring up situation and stuff like that is because a good number of people only make their evaluation based off of, passing yards, completion percentage, and touchdown to interception ratio, which is obviously, flawed. And so because of that, some people will say, oh, wow, look at this performance. And then you have to say, well, no, actually the numbers weren't as good. But at the same time, it's still important if you're a quarterback to hit the wide open guy like we saw Justin Fields do on that play. Also, heading over here, what happened, this one was an interesting one as well. This is just a really good athletic play, and kind of, again, when we saw Fields at his best last year, this is what he was able to do. Okay, first down and 10 situation, and it's going to be a flea flicker. That's what they're going to do. Watch as Fields is going to hand the ball off, but then he gets the ball back. However, there is a player running at full speed about to crush Justin Fields to the point where a lot of quarterbacks would probably just go down right here. Just, take the sack and move on with their lives, basically. But Fields, never someone to run away from contact. He's definitely, willing to take a hit if he has to. He does take just a collision, and I can't believe he got the ball off. Once you see something like that, you're almost like, oh my God, is this going to be intercepted? Because you just, threw it up. But you see the receiver he's trying to throw the ball to. That's the guy he was trying to throw it to. And this is right on the money. I mean, it was bobbled a little bit and then still caught. So, good job to hang on. But that was a perfect throw from Justin Fields in a really tough situation. Again, it was open, but given the fact that he was about to get crushed, that's a really difficult play to make. And he's able to make. And then we would get over here where it's going to be listen, all right. Broncos start coming back, whatever. Everyone knows the Bears defense stinks. The Bears know the Bears defense stinks. It is what it is. You know that they were going to have a pushback at some point. For Fields, though, it's like, whatever. You're having a good day. Just don't make any mistakes here. They're about to, they're driving here. They're about to get into field goal range. Put 3 on the board. You're up double digits, and you feel good about yourself. Right when this play begins, it's going to be a bootleg towards the top of the screen. And kind of like what I talked about earlier of as much as Bears fans want to keep doing this stuff, this is the negative, is teams catch on and teams realize what's happening. At the end of the day, there are only so many plays you can do that involve getting a quarterback outside the pocket. And once edge rushers can catch on, these situations can happen. And also, what did I talk about? When Fields in a good situation makes that good situation look better. When Fields is in a bad situation, he makes that bad situation look worse. And that's kind of what's going to happen here. Because, this play is over. I mean, this play is over. You have a defender right in your face. You can try to get outside, get around a tackle if you want to. We've seen Fields do that in the past. What you can't do if you're Fields is what Fields is going to do. Watch him on one of these plays, just kind of makes it go yeah, that's still, there's benefits to how Fields plays the game for sure. And we saw those in this game, but there was still this one that just makes it go, man, you can't do that, Justin. You just can't do that. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's one of those things where it's you're the Bears. We know you're not great. Blowing a big lead to Denver obviously sucks, but it is what it is. You can live with that. You understand the reality of that if you're a Chicago fan. That's the kind of thing that can happen. Your defense can give up those points. But for Justin Fields, it's you finally had that game. You finally had that game this year. Oh, here we go. Fields is back. This is who Justin Fields is. But when he's making those mistakes, I didn't think the interception at the end was even really his fault that much. I mean, not that it wasn't his fault. I thought Kmet kind of, could have gotten turned around a little bit quicker. And, 3rd and 13, kind of have to take a chance there. I don't hold that against him. But that fumble, it just can't happen. Fields was not the problem in this game. And to try to pretend he was would be foolish. But at the same time, it's just an example of he wasn't the problem, and he was really good at times, you still got to avoid those mistakes. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I view Fields' performance. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.